Welcome to Skill by Nest. Let's start our journey to become a web developer. In this beginner-friendly HTML tutorial, we will learn from zero and learn everything step by step. If you don't have any knowledge about the HTML, then don't worry about it. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a strong understanding of HTML and how websites are structured. After completing this HTML tutorial, we will move to the next steps to the CSS, JavaScript, React and Python. Okay, firstly understand the HTML with a real world example. I'm taking the example of a car because I love cars. In this example, the car parts treated as the HTML elements, when we connected together, it creates a car structure or a web page structure. For the car styling, we add the colors, stylish windows and headlights, and similarly CSS adds the beauty to a website. It contains the fonts, colors, spacing, which makes the website attractive. And about the functionalities of the car, like opening the car doors, headlights, start the car and stop the car, just like this. JavaScript adds the functionality to a website like button click, animations, form validations, and in short, JavaScript allow the website to respond the users. And now let's start our HTML journey. In this HTML tutorial, we will cover 9 topics. Firstly, introduction of HTML, basic structure, text formatting, links, images, attribute, list, forms, semantic elements, inline tags, box tags, self-closing tags, and open closing tags. At the end of this tutorial, we will create a project with HTML. This project will help you to practice your skills and understanding how HTML works in a real websites, and you can also add it into your CV or portfolio. Okay, now firstly, introduction to the HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it used to create the web pages, and it structures contained with the elements like headings, paragraphs, and links and images. What it mean? Let's open a website of Amazon, inspect it. When we inspect the page, we can see that the entire website is built with the HTML elements. Let's see this heading. It is created with the H2 HTML tag. Similarly, all these images, text are created with the HTML different elements, and HTML provides a basic structure of every website. Once you learn the HTML, you will be able to create this type of websites for your projects. Now let's see history and versions. HTML was first created in 1991 by Tim Berners-Lee, and first version of HTML, HTML 1.0, basic HTML pages with headings, paragraphs, and links. And in 1995, HTML 2.0 released with the additional added forms functionality. In 1997, HTML 3.2 added tables. In 1999, HTML 4.01 better support for HTML JavaScript. In 2000, XHTML introduced strict code rules. What is this stricter code rule? This means in HTML some tags can be left open, but XHTML requires every tag to have a closer tag, just like you can see in this picture also. And in 2014, HTML5 added audio, video, semantic tags, and many modern features. And for nowadays, we are using the HTML5. Okay, next one is environment setup. For this I'm using the Visual Studio Code, and you just have to write the Visual Studio Code on your browser and open this link to download the Visual Studio Code. Just click on this download button, and here you can select your device and download according to your device. I have already downloaded, so I have opened a list tutorial folder into my Visual Studio and created the index.html file. Why this index.html file? Because the index.html file is the default or a main page of a website, or act as a front page of a website. When someone visits a website, the web server automatically looks for the index.html file first. Let's move to the second topic, basic HTML structure, in which we use the doc type as a first element of the HTML. It tells the browser we are using the HTML5, then HTML tag. It is the root element of the HTML page, and then we use the head. It stored the meta information which helps for the SEO, and the title. This is the HTML page title, and it will display at the top of the browser like this in the Amazon website. And next one is a body tag. It contains the visible content like images, headings, and list, etc. There is I'm using the heading tag or paragraph tag. Now let's move to the next topic, which is text formatting. In this lesson we will learn the different HTML tags we use to display and format the text on web page. Firstly, headings. HTML provides 6 heading tags from H1 to H6. For example, H1 is the largest heading, so we use the H1 as the main page heading, and H2 is used for section headings, H3 used for the subheadings. Similarly, H4, 5 and 6 are used for the smaller headings. Let's write these headings tags into our HTML file and run the code. You can see each heading has a different font size. As the heading number increases, the text size becomes smaller. Before moving ahead, let's learn about the comments also, which is important. You can write the comment like this. Comments are not displaying on the web page. This is only for the developers to make the code easy and understand. For example, if any developer write the code and give to the other, so that person easily understand through the comments this code is related to what. So next tag is paragraph tag. If you want to display a normal text on your web page, then you use the p tag. Write something inside the paragraph tag, save the file and open it into browser. You will see the content displayed on the web page. Okay, next one is pre-tag. Displaying the text exactly as you written in the code editor. If you keep all spacing and line breaks. For example, if you add extra space or more text to the next line, the browser will display it in the same way. Or on the other side, p tag does not do this. It removes extra spacing, shows the text as a normal paragraph. Next one is break tag. If you want to move the text to the next line, then you use the PR tag. And for the HR tag, it is horizontal line tag. If you want to draw a horizontal line on the web page, then you can use the HR tag. Next is P and strong tag. Both tags makes the text look bold. The difference is that strong tells the browser that the text is more important. Search engine also understand this importance, so it can help with the SEO. Okay, I have tested this into the browser and I have used the break tag to show the text into the next line. Next is I and EM tag. Both display italic text. The difference is that EM adds emphasis to the text, make it more meaningful for the browser and for search engine. Let's write code into our code editor. Okay, now let's see the output. Here the Harry Potter and really shows in a italic style. Okay, next is small tag. Simply displays text in a smaller font size. Let's write code into our code editor and see the output. The font size of this text is smaller than other text. Next is mark tag. It highlights the text with the colored background and makes it stand out. Let's write the code into our code editor and test it into a browser. Here you can see the output. The milk is highlighted with the background of yellow color. Okay, next one is del tag. It shows the little text with a line through it. Let's write the code into our code editor and you can see in the output blue is cut with a line. It shows this is a deleted word. Okay, next is U and ins tag. The ins tag is used to show newly inserted text. By default, browser usually display it with an underline, and U tag you underline the text. Let's write the code into our code editor. You can see I have write the $100 in DL and $80 in the ins tag and check the output. The DL is the cutting price and $80 is a newly inserted price, and read the instructions is underlined with the U tag. Okay, now let's discuss the next tag, which is sub and sub tag. If you want to write text like H2O, then use the sub tag, and if you want to write a text like 5 hours of free, then use the sub tag. Let's write the code into our code editor. Okay, let's now check the output for this, and you can check the subscript text is below the is and superscript is above the is. So this all about the text formatting. In this video we covered the introduction to the HTML, the history and the different versions of the HTML, how to set up the environment, the basic structure of the HTML page, and text formatting tags. We also learned about the HTML comments, which make your code clean, organized, and easy to understand. In the next video, we will learn more HTML topics and continue building our knowledge step by step. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. See you in the next video.